Ladies and gentlemen, may I take a few moments of your time to make some announcements before the graduation ceremony. To comply with the safety regulations, I need to point out to you the emergency exits in this venue. People in the back of the tiered seating, please note there is an exit up the stairs behind you. People in the lower tiers and towards the back of the hall should use the exits on the left and right of the hall. People in the front use the front exits. Please note the red emergency exit signs. Now, before the academic procession comes into the hall, I'd like to convey to you a special request from the Chancellor that people wishing to take photographs do not move beyond their seats to take these photographs, as it tends to interrupt the flow of proceedings. An official photographer is in attendance and will photograph each of the graduates as they receive their testama from the Chancellor. As well, videos of today's ceremony will be available for purchase through the University Union. The academic procession will enter the hall in a few moments. When it does so, could you please rise and remain standing while we all sing the first verse of the National Anthem. The words are on the last page of your program. At the conclusion of the ceremony, could you please rise when the dais party rises and remain standing until the dais party and the procession of graduates has left the hall. We hope that you enjoy this very special occasion. Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, fellow council members and staff of the university, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. To members of a university, a ceremony for the presentation of awards is a particularly important and happy occasion. To all of you, I extend a warm welcome. To graduates, I offer congratulations and best wishes. The university's mission commits it to achieving international excellence in education and research. It is also committed to work through partnerships for regional, national and global enrichment. The university's record of achievement, particularly in research, is outstanding. In 1998, research income increased by 18% over the previous year. The university was ranked 9th out of the 37 public universities in Australia in terms of its research income. The funding devoted to research, research scholarships and research infrastructure exceeds $36 million. The Australian Research Council is one of the peak grant bodies in Australia. In 1998, the university had the highest success rate of all the Australian universities in the competitive bidding for research grants. The university has 15 research centres and institutes, over 50 research programs of international repute, and over 950 research masters and Doctor of Philosophy candidates. It is an exceptional performance, I think you'll agree, across all faculties and reflects the quality of the research being conducted by university staff. More generally, these achievements are also significant because good research feeds into teaching, which at the University of Newcastle reflects cutting-edge technologies. Education today is about the acquisition of lifelong learning skills. I believe that our graduates today will, in the future, make significant contributions in the local, national, and in the case of some, the international community. I take this opportunity to remind those receiving their testaments today that as graduates of the university, you automatically become members of Convocation. You thus join more than 45,000 other graduates and have an opportunity through elected representatives to become involved in the governance and developments of the university. I now call on the Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Social Science to present diplomats and graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirements of the award of Diploma of Aboriginal Studies. Debbie Doyle. Joyce Frazzledine. Cheryl Newton. Kate Rose. And Rosemary Thorpe. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Biba Alagich. Damien Baker. Christine Ball. Louise Barnes. Luke Bowman. Wanda Boyton. Michael Brown. Julianne Butler. Loretta Cosgrove. Kimberly Francis. Amanda Gardner. Lucina Gala. Darren Goldfinch. Carmel Gray. Patricia Hartmeyer. Kristen Henry. Catherine Home. Deborah Lambert. Jeanette Lee. Andrew Lillyfeld. Claire Lucas. Grant Mailer. Amy McGowan. Deanne Metcher. Roberto Milan. James Millis. Lyndall Morrow. Sidan Ponchard. Joan Power. Shuling Song. Kirsty Stott. Melinda Taylor. Naomi Tome. Michaela Webb. Benjamin Wheatley. Kimberly Williams. Sarah Wilson. Colleen Wood. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate for the award of the combined degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Mathematics. This graduate has studied for both awards simultaneously. Carol Lewis. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Class 2, Division 1. Trevor Pascoe. John Trude. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Honours Class 1. Susan Britton. Janine Douglas. James Garner. John Hawkins. Michael Mays. Gillian McElwain. Michelle Oberdorf. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Communication Studies. Ched Ahern. Kate Bell. Renee Cheshire. Jennifer Humble. Rosemary Irvine. John Murphy. Gabrielle Rumble. Rebecca Stegg. Gregory Stewart. Joanne Thomas. Marianne Witt. Leanne Yap. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Suzanne Bowen. Tracy Richardson. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Fine Art, Erin Taylor. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Social Science, Melissa Chapman. Nicole Galvin. Louise Hayes. Rachel Knight. Ellen McElwain. Despola Nicolau. Naomi Paulin. Samantha Pinkney. And Valerie White. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Social Science, Recreation and Tourism. Jason Bywater. Richard Hall. Carla Imbruglia. And Jessica Wild. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Social Work. Laurel Dunning. Michael McSweeney. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Speech Pathology with Honours Class 2, Division 1, Glendon Woolley. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Speech Pathology with Honours Class 1, Elizabeth Spencer. Good to see you. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Letters, Colleen Ledlin. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Social Science, Evangeline Quiribin. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of diplomats and graduates of the Faculty of Arts and Social Science.
I now call on the Dean of the Faculty of Education to present graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Education Art, Lyndall Saxby. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Education Art with Honours Class 1, Kate Tapp. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education, Design and Technology, Sawesh Binadan. David Bird. Kieran Horn. Barbara Maguire. Jason Witt. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Education, Design and Technology with Honours Class 2, Division 1, Graham Hutton. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood, Jennifer Toomey. Robert Zimatore. Catherine Zimmerman. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Education, English, Noor Azira Ali Akbar. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Education, Languages Asian Studies with Honours Class 2, Division 2, Yuk Ling Choi. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Education, Music, Danielle McDougall. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education, Primary, Laura Colton. Fia Nanai. Margaret Pearson. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Education, Primary, with Honours Class 2, Division 1, Stephanie Tranter. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education, Social Sciences, Scott McElroy. Damon Tyndall. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Education, Social Sciences with Honours Class 2, Division 2, Kylie McIntyre. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education, Special Education, Timothy Bateson. Tamara Crow. Kylie Moran. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate who has satisfied the requirements for the award of Diploma in Education Primary, Joseph Haig. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of Diploma in Education Secondary, Craig O'Donnell. Prerna Patel. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate who has satisfied the requirements for the award of Diploma in Education Secondary with Merit, Josephine Gordon. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of Graduate Certificate in Educational Studies, Suzanne Manson. Kenneth Scully. Mary Smith. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Educational Studies, Gabrielle Bailey. Jennifer Donaldson. Helen Gayford. John Gebhard. Wanda McInnes-Fogg. Barbara Regent. Nigel Richardson. Andrew Scully. Melissa Scully. Anthony Steele. Jennifer Thompson. Robin Warland. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate for the award of the degrees of Master of Educational Studies and Master of Special Education, Kerry Cumming. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Leadership and Management in Education, Elizabeth Antcliffe. Catherine Doran. Gregory Hardy. Wanasadan Krayanara. Helen MacDonald. Linda Severino. Gary Withers. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Special Education, Cheryl Griffin. Donna Lott. Sarah Mordaunt. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Special Education, Sensory Disability, Frances Gentle. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Education.
I now call on the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences to present a diplomat and graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you a candidate who has satisfied the requirements for the award of Diploma in Occupational Health and Safety, Owen Starr. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate for the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science, Consumer Science, Jane Ellicott. Lucy King. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Health Sciences, Nutrition and Dietetics, Derek Castles. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Health Sciences, Occupational Therapy, Linda Marie Bregman. Well done. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Occupational Health and Safety, Neil Bourne. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate who has satisfied the requirements for the award of Graduate Certificate in Occupational Health and Safety, Brad Watson. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate who has satisfied the requirements for the award of Graduate Certificate in Population Health, Nicholas Older. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate who have satisfied the requirements for the award of Graduate Diploma in Health Promotion, Suzette Green. Alison Koschel. Kerry Todd. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate who has satisfied the requirements for the award of Graduate Diploma in Health Science, Drug and Alcohol Studies, Brad Brown. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate who has satisfied the requirements for the award of Graduate Diploma in Occupational Health and Safety, Paul Jorgensen. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate who has satisfied the requirements for the award of Graduate Diploma in Occupational Health and Safety of this university and the degree of Master of Occupational Therapy of the University of South Australia, Nicholas Neville. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Health Sciences, Women's Health, Sharon Nichols. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Medical Sciences, Clinical Epidemiology, and Rina Dias. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Medical Science, Epidemiology, Paula Doherty. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Medical Statistics, Takashi Ki-Ko-Chi. How's that? Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the diploma and graduates from the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences.
I now call on the Dean of the Faculty of Music to present graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Music, Hue Kuo. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Music with Honours Class 2 Division 1, Shona Joy Darbon. Karela Mitchell. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Music.
I now call on the Dean of the Faculty of Nursing to present graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Nursing. Petronella Beggs. Tracy Britton. Tony Casserly. Pam Chant. Yiping Chu. Catherine Devery. Anthony Druce. Irene Gill. Tula Griffiths. John Harrington. Cheryl Hodder. Juliet Holbert. Kylie-Anne Jeffries. Sumi Kim. Simone Mulcahy. Karen Norman. Lisa Reed. Janet Relf. Katie Sullivan. Shana Marie Sutherland. Margot Svenningson. Trudy Tesh. Sin Hui Huang. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate, a graduate of the degree of the Bachelor of Nursing with Honours, Class 1, Jane Conway. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of the Graduate Diploma in Midwifery. Sandra Backhausen. Lisa Bettridge. Gina Chippendale. Julie Christensen. Christine Connolly. Jane Gross. Kerry Helsby. Mary Iyer. Kate Leslie. Angela Linden. Benita Lynch. Kathy McGarvey. Amy McMahon. Joanne Predatic. Monique Roberts. Tamika Shravamaid. Donna Seddon. Karen Williams. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Midwifery Studies with distinction, Robin Lovey. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Nursing Studies, Terence Carroll. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Nursing.
I call on the Deputy Vice-Chancellor to present research higher degree candidates, graduates.
Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Arts, Deborah Jean Donnelly, Bachelor of Arts with Honours of this university. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Education, Carl Anthony Robert Leonard, Bachelor of Education of this university. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Science, Dae-Jen Yoon, Bachelor of Medicine of Hebei Medical College and Master of Medicine of Dalian Medical College. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Nursing, Gay Miller, Bachelor of Arts of this university. Lorinda Schultz, Bachelor of Science of this university. Annette Linda Solman, Bachelor of Health Science Nursing of Southern Cross University. Chancellor, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have successfully completed a prescribed program of study, principally by research. A thesis embodying the outcomes of this research is the principal basis of their examination. The degree is only awarded if the thesis makes a significant and an original contribution to knowledge and to understanding of the field of knowledge with which it is concerned. Today, the university is proud to honour its Doctor of Philosophy graduates who have all satisfied these rigorous criteria for the award of their degree. Chancellor, I present to you Merle Evelyn Bruce, Bachelor of Educational Studies and Master of Educational Studies of this university. Dr. Bruce's thesis is entitled Dr. Bruce's thesis was entitled A Metacognitive Program for Improving the Word Identification and Reading Comprehension Skills of Upper Primary Poor Readers. Unfortunately, Chancellor Dr. Bruce is not here to personally receive her award, but I think she deserves a round of applause. Chancellor, I present to you Claire Elizabeth Collins, Bachelor of Science of Griffith University. Dr. Collins' thesis is entitled Optimising Energy Intake in Cystic Fibrosis, a Study of Growth Dietary Intake and Satiety. Chancellor, Dr. Collins. Chancellor, I present to you Christopher Mark Doran, Bachelor of Economics of this university. Dr. Doran's thesis is entitled Economic Considerations of Smoking in Australia. Chancellor, Dr. Doran. Chancellor, I present to you Jill Lorraine Gibbons, Bachelor of Social Work of the University of New South Wales. Dr. Gibbons, who is the first person to receive the award of Doctor of Philosophy in the discipline of social work in this university, had a thesis entitled Services to Adult Survivors of Child Sexual Abuse. Chancellor, Dr. Jill Gibbons. Chancellor, I present to you Thomas Grant Griffiths, Bachelor of Education of this university. Dr. Griffiths' thesis is entitled The Development of Secondary School Education in Revolutionary Cuba, 1959 to 1991, a World Systems Approach. Chancellor, Dr. Griffiths. Chancellor, I present to you Margaret Ann Harris, Bachelor of Health Science of this university. Dr. Harris's thesis is entitled Screening, Participation and Recruitment Among First-Degree Relatives of People with Colorectal Cancer in Australia. Chancellor, Dr. Harris. Chancellor, I present to you Sarah Elizabeth Holcomb, Bachelor of Arts of the University of Sydney. Dr. Holcomb's thesis is entitled are Mundagu, an emergent community in Central Australia. Chancellor, Dr. Holcomb. Chancellor, I present to you Deborah Mary Lloyd, Bachelor of Arts of this university. Dr. Lloyd's thesis is entitled The Emotional Well-Being of Postpartum Women, the Detection and Management of Postnatal Depression. Chancellor, Dr. Lloyd. Chancellor, I present to you Anne Carolyn McCormack, Master of Educational Studies of this university. Dr. McCormack's thesis is entitled The Impact of an Internship on the Development of Pre-Service Teachers' Beliefs, Knowledge and Practices in Classroom Management. Chancellor, Dr. McCormack. Chancellor, I present to you Stephen Patrick Myers, Bachelor of Medicine of this university. Dr. Myers' thesis is entitled The Effect of Lyophilized Garlic on Pharmacologically Modifiable Cardiovascular Risk Factors. Chancellor, Dr. Myers. Chancellor, I present to you Sally Ann Pearson, Bachelor of Science of this university. Dr. Pearson's thesis is entitled Intern Prescribing, Evaluation of Practice and an Educational Intervention. Chancellor, Dr. Pearson. Chancellor, I present to you Jonathan Steele Silberberg, Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery of the University of Witwatersrand, and a Master of Science of McGill University. Dr. Silberberg's thesis is entitled The Family History, a Rosetta Stone for Coronary Heart Disease Prevention. Chancellor, Dr. Silberberg. Thank you. Chancellor, I present to you Rick Francis Thorne, Bachelor of Science of the University. Dr. Thorne's thesis is entitled Structure Function Analysis of CD36. Chancellor, Dr. Thorne. Chancellor, I present to you Jane Rowie Yip, Bachelor of Science with Honours of Griffith University. Dr. Yip's thesis is entitled An Investigation of the Sites of Action of Catecholamines in the Central Nervous System. Chancellor, Dr. Yip. Chancellor, I present to you Qin Rui Zhang, Master of Education of La Trobe University. Dr. Zhang's thesis is entitled A Comparative Exploration of the Philosophical Foundations of the Western and Chinese Traditions in Health and Medical Education. Chancellor, Dr. Zhang. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of our Research Higher Degree graduates.
I now call on the Vice-Chancellor to present the Exceptional Service Medal.
Chancellor, I have pleasure in presenting to you Mr. John Carter to receive the Exceptional Service Medal. Chancellor, John Carter joined the Animal Care and Ethics Committee in December 1989 as a member nominated by the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, representing animal welfare interests under the terms of the legislation. John retired from employment with the RSPCA last year. This was at a time when, coincidentally, the RSPCA ceased to contribute to membership of the Animal Care and Ethics Committee. John Carter continued as a member of the committee as a nominee of Hunter Animal Watch. John Carter has rarely missed a meeting since his appointment, even when on annual leave from the RSPCA. He has also been a member of several formal working parties, including a public relations working party which was established to examine the proposal for the formation of a public information committee responsible for a proactive response to issues relating to the use of animals for research and teaching. The Dog Working Party, established as a standing working party for surveillance and monitoring of the use of dogs in approved projects. A working party established to meet with representatives of the New South Wales National Parks and Wildlife Service to determine responsibility for a project submitted for animal ethics approval. John Carter has taken an intensive interest in the full range of activities of the committee and has played a crucial role in providing advice. His membership of the committee is extended well beyond obligatory attendance at meetings. He has participated fully in the extensive specialist subcommittee work and surveillance inspections which are imposed on the committee. Until a roster system was introduced in 1996 for attendance by surveillance visits, he attended almost every scheduled such visit. His personal dedication and tireless devotion to his role as member of the Animal Care and Ethics Committee have helped ensure the university research, which involves animal experimentation, is conducted with sensitivity to the welfare of the animals used. Chancellor, in 1997, the Council of the University resolved to establish the Exceptional Service Medal. This medal may be awarded by the Council to recognise exceptional and sustained contributions by a staff member, former staff member, or a member of the community towards some aspects of the university's activities. Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present to you John Carter for the award of the Exceptional Service Medal.
Congratulations, John. I might just put this around your neck. Well done. Richly deserved.
Chancellor, I have pleasure in presenting to you Gay Hart for admission to the degree of Doctor of Education honoris causa. Chancellor, Gay Hart, the oldest of 8 children, was born at Tottenham, a small town in central New South Wales. Her mother worked at the local hospital and instilled in Gay the strong belief that the ability to obtain employment relied on a good education. Gay Hart's academic abilities led her to earning a scholarship to attend Dubbo High School, where she boarded in a hostel run by the Church of England Bush Brothers. The individual members of the church were influential, providing encouragement and support. Whilst at high school, Gay Hart had a strong desire to attend university and further her education. She was successful in gaining a Teachers College scholarship to attend the University of Sydney and Sydney Teachers College, where she completed a Bachelor of Arts degree and a diploma in education. Following her graduation, she taught at Enmore Boys High School and Narrabundah High School for 5 years. She was rapidly promoted to a position as head of department in teaching. At this time, a colleague suggested she should get out and grow up, implying she required a much broader experience to become a successful teacher and educator. Gay then accepted a position undertaking administrative and research duties at Canberra College of Advanced Education while completing a master's degree in education. After 3 years in Canberra, Gay Hart won the Thomas T. Roberts Scholarship and the opportunity to travel in the United States for 6 months to study the transition from school to the work environment. This was followed by a move to Melbourne, where she worked for 4 years for the Australian Education Council, then the Forum for Ministers of Education in each state in the Commonwealth. At this time, she also co-authored a book with Dr. Kim Morgan entitled Career Education in Australia. In 1977, she was made a Fellow of the Australian College of Education. During 1988, Gay worked on the Australian Bicentennial Program as the General Manager of the National Program of Events and Activities for Australia's Bicentenary. She had a particular responsibility for the involvement of community-based organisations in the Bicentenary. In 1989, Gay Hart was made a member of the Order of Australia for her services to the community and to Australia's bicentenary. Prior to moving to the Hunter region, Gay spent 5 years as Chief Executive of UNICEF Australia, which included responsibility for a wide range of health, education and developmental activities throughout Southeast Asia and Africa. During this period, she was also an executive member of the United Nations Development Fund for Women and the Australian Council for Overseas Aid. In 1996-97, Gay Hart was a member of the Simons Committee, which reviewed Australia's overseas aid program and recommended significant changes to the scope of the international aid program. Since 1995, Gay has been the director of the Hunter Institute of Technology, one of the largest providers of vocational education and training in Australia, with 16 campuses and over 47,000 students. Her current responsibilities include her positions as a director of the Newcastle Port Corporation, the Hunter Area Consultative Committee, the Hunter Medical Research Board, Australian International and the Sydney Paralympic Organising Committee. Gay Hart's vision is to develop a culture of sustainable education and training within organisations and to create lifelong opportunities for people through education. This commitment to learning and education has been an integral part of her life. She has written and presented papers on education and training both nationally and internationally. Chancellor, it is with great pleasure that I present to you Gay Hart, Member of the Order of Australia, Bachelor of Arts from the University of Sydney, Diploma in Education from Sydney Teachers College, Master of Education from Canberra College of Advanced Education for the award of the degree of Doctor of Education, honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority delegated in me by the Council, I hereby admit Gay Hart to the degree of Doctor of Education, honoris causa. Congratulations. We will now have a musical interlude presented by the Faculty of Music Saxophone Quartet. They will play Frequent Flyer by Ed Jackson. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Gay Hart to deliver the occasional address.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Council, staff of the University, graduates, colleagues, friends and family. It is a great honour that's been awarded to me by the University of Newcastle. It makes me very proud, at the same time very humble to be recognised in this way. It is most appreciated. I'd also like to thank family and friends who've joined me here today. And I'd also like to take the opportunity to recognise the contribution of my colleagues with me today from the Hunter Institute of Technology for their contribution to education and training. I was given some advice about this address that it shouldn't be longer than around 10 minutes. I know that the Vice-Chancellor is always right, and I knew in this case he was particularly right because they were the words, in fact, used by Winston Churchill when describing the most difficult type of speech to make and to write. But I would like to address you today on what I see as one of the most complex challenges that we face on the eve of the 21st century. And that is how we as individuals can diminish the growing tension between the community and globalisation. It is a challenge, and it requires each of us to review the way in which we have always done things and to re-examine our views about what ought to be and to look for new opportunities. In recent years, I've been very fortunate, and I've participated in very many community events and activities. And whether it's visiting the 16 campuses of the Hunter Institute of Technology, from Scone through to the Central Coast, or when visiting Australia's neighbours while reviewing Australia's overseas aid program, there are clear signs everywhere of the impact of globalisation. There are global markets, there are global communications, global citizenship are all in evidence, no matter how small the community. Today, we live in a world where nearly 1/5 of the goods and services produced each year are traded. About 1.5 trillion US dollars is exchanged daily on the world's currency market. But globalisation is, I think, much more than about the flow of money and commodities. It's also about the growing interdependence of the world's people. One of the most tangible pieces of evidence of globalisation is a seemingly superficial cultural homogenisation of the world. People from the Hunter to Hanoi wear the same jeans, listen to the same music, and can even watch the same television programs. Think of the advances in transport technology, which have made people just so much more mobile. Think of the impact of the internet. The internet is the fastest growing communications tool ever. It had more than 140 million users in mid-1998, and the number is expected to pass 700 million by 2001. Globalisation is not new, and it offers great opportunities for human advancement. It can enrich the lives of people everywhere and can greatly expand their life choices. But the present era has very distinctive features. Global media, networks and satellite communication technologies link people more directly, more intensely and more immediately than ever before. And it's the immediacy that makes the difference. A letter that once took weeks or indeed even months now demands instant attention via the email or the fax machine. And the events in Turkey, Kosovo or East Timor are relayed to our living rooms as they happen. The availability of new technology and the mobility of the workforce means that we no longer share, or indeed have the time to share, the same depth of mutual interests we once did. For example, it's estimated that in the United States, the average teenager watches television for 21 hours of each week, and yet talks to their parents in private for just 25 minutes. There can be no doubt that global technology has made it harder and seemingly less important to hold families, communities and civil society together. Nevertheless, I would maintain that neither the surface similarities, nor the mobility, nor the ability to connect online to almost any destination in the world in a matter of seconds overrides the longing and the need for identity and meaning in our lives. People still value a sense of community and social cohesion. As Hugh Mackay has written, we are social creatures and we thrive socially, intellectually, culturally and morally on our personal connections with each other. We are at our best when we are fully integrated with the herd. We are at our worst when we are isolated, anonymous and alienated. And the value of sense of community and association is probably as important now as it was in the 1830s, when de Tocqueville wrote about the Americans' propensity for civil association and their unprecedented ability to make democracy work. He said, Americans of all ages, all stations in life, and all types of disposition are forever forming associations. They are not only commercial and industrial associations, but others of 1,000 different types. They are religious, moral, serious, futile, very general, and very limited, immensely large, and sometimes very minute. What he was talking about was the importance of social capital. We're all familiar with the notions of physical capital and human capital. They are the tools and the training that enhance the individual productivity. But the concept of social capital has gained attention in the popular and academic press only in very recent times. It refers to the features of social organisations such as networks, norms, and social trust, things that facilitate the coordination and cooperation of people for mutual benefit. And as such, social capital provides the necessary infrastructure of community life. And the evidence suggests that the quality of public life and the success of social institutions are influenced very significantly by the extent to which individuals engage actively in community development. There is also, as has been said, a certain comfort in what's been termed bowling alone. There's a book of the same title, and in that book the case is advanced that the vibrancy of civil society has declined in the Western world. The title, incidentally, comes from the finding that between 1980 and the mid-1990s, league bowling in the United States declined by 40%. It's an interesting statistic to know. While the number of individual bowlers increased by 10%. The rest of the evidence in the book is, in fact, rather less whimsical. Voter turnout, church attendance, union membership are all in decline. In Australia, this same phenomena has been described as having put out the Do Not Disturb sign. And at the community level, I believe this is evidenced by the decline in the number of people who participate in voluntary or community work. There was a time when voluntary effort and community work was regarded and recognised as something of social worth. Recognition, like so many other aspects of today's society, now sits on a global scale. The business leaders, politicians, sports heroes and movie stars, anyone seemingly important enough to appear on television. It's been said that when civil society was strong, there was no such thing as a celebrity. And now we see a multitude of so-called celebrities flicker across our television screen every day. It's unfortunately true that people nowadays often see civic participation and involvement with voluntary associations as something which would only further complicate their already busy lives. It's equally true that communities with higher levels of social capital are far more effective in addressing internal problems and external constraints. Sometimes I think we are just a little too inclined to the view that they or the government should fix it, when quite often the capacity is in our own hands, in our own community. The true impact of these changes is not that they are inherently unfortunate, so much as they predict a broader decline in our society's economic and social vitality. And this is at a time when the world is crying out for a new paradigm of sustainable community development. I think that the danger we face as we enter the new millennium is that globalization has the capacity, if we allow it, to determine to undermine the local associations and linkages upon which civil society has been based. There can be no doubting the wealth of human capital amongst this gathering today. You have the benefits of a fine education. And education is the core, it's the cement of human and social development. It also brings with it responsibility. That responsibility is to make a difference in one's community, one's society, and one's country. And as graduates of the University of Newcastle, many of you will assume leadership roles in business, in politics, in education, in medicine, nursing, science, the arts, and every other field. And it's my hope that you, the graduates today, will become active citizens and leaders in your community. By virtue of your education, you have the skills and you have the capacity to become better informed and more involved citizens. Whether your community is defined by geographic location or whether it's defined by an association of ideas or values, you have a role to play in developing and strengthening that community, and I urge you to participate actively. My message today is really quite simple. The wealth of a community or a nation or an organisation is its people. Global markets, global technology, and global ideas can enrich the lives of people and can greatly expand their horizons, their opportunities, and their choices. And to be certain, higher education, improved transport, modern communications, new forms of recreation, and the diversification of social values have given many Australians much greater choice and diversity in the conduct of their lives. However, the growing interdependence of people's lives calls for shared values and a shared commitment to the growth and nurture of social capital within our own community. Civil society and the way in which we live it is changing. It is changing more rapidly today than any other time before. And you, today's graduates, have a great opportunity to shape the society we live in as we move into the next century. In conclusion, I add my congratulations to the many others that you will receive today. I'm very delighted to have had the opportunity to share this special day with you and would like to wish each and every one of you a challenging and successful future. Thank you.
Dr. Hart, thank you very much for that inspiring address. I now have great pleasure in inviting Ms. Susan Britton to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the University Council and staff of the University, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. It is without question my great honour to address you today on behalf of all graduating students. For this privilege comes at a particularly significant moment. There is a sense of occasion beyond which is, at face value, the truly commendable achievement of each of these graduating students. Perhaps it is that I too have been bitten by the now ubiquitous millennium bug, but I cannot divorce myself from the fact that this is a turning point on more than one level. Whether we have walked across the stage today, receiving the recognition for many years of study, or whether we watch proudly those who have, it is a new epoch. It is a celebration for all. But what of the challenges that we face for this new time? Beyond the application of our learning to specific fields lies a much broader, dare I say, universal value inherent in the education we have all been afforded. For the experience of university learning is about far more than acquiring a technical knowledge. It is more than being able to quote Shakespeare, identify and treat an illness, or write a lesson plan. University educates us to think critically, to question, and to reason. These facets, perhaps now more than ever before, adopt a high significance in a social framework constantly and rapidly redefining itself. And I would propose that we, of this graduating group, will play an active role in shaping and defining this very social framework. To put it crudely, we have learnt how to learn. The completion of our degree is not an end in itself. It is one stage in a process that we take throughout our lives. It has to be, for we are so much more than simply our degree. But it is this, our education, that forms an indelible part of us. Fortunately for each of us, we have been educated by an autonomous and devoted institution. Our mentors, who share this day, represent a fraction of the university staff who have contributed to the realisation of our goals. We must be thankful in equal amounts for both their guidance and for those times they chose to allow us to find our own way. For each of the students that has received recognition in the form of a degree, it is a truly commendable achievement. Yet this is rarely ever accomplished in isolation. There is invariably a support network of family and friends whose name may not appear on the degree, but whose efforts, patience and commitment do not go unnoticed. For those of you here today or who fall into that category, on behalf of the students, I thank you. We have made friends and acquaintances whom we would never have met otherwise. We cannot now be unaffected by our own education. We have been changed and have grown as a result. And just as this institution has fostered the origins of our free and critical thought, so too does this ceremony mark a beginning. For we have made the transition from undergraduates to alumni. The word alumnus, as I have discovered, is derived from the Latin verb to nourish. In becoming part of the University of Newcastle alumni, we join a great family of fellow graduates who have equally been nurtured by this university. It is time for us now to join with them and share our nourishment with the world as it begins a new chapter in history. Before we leave today, I would like to share with you the thoughts of a noted historian. When a change is operated in an individual, when they acquire an idea or a virtue or a faculty more than they had before, in a word, when they develop themselves individually, what is the desire, what the want, which at the same moment takes possession of them? It is the desire, the want, to communicate the new sentiment to the world about them, to give realisation to their thoughts externally. as each of us gives realisation to our thoughts externally, as we apply the currency acquired in these past years, in whatever form that may take. The rewards in communicating these sentiments to the world about us become self-fulfilling. For knowledge, insight, thought, and reason are all entities to be shared. While on the one hand, it is a fluke of time that our new journey begins today, it is fortuitous for us that this journey coincides with the beginning of a new journey for humankind. This new chapter in our lives can be undertaken with confidence, knowing that whilst each step will require new knowledge, new understanding, and new learning, we are well equipped. Congratulations again to all graduates. May you recall your education at the University of Newcastle with as fond respect and regard as I have.
Thank you, Ms. Britton, for that speech. I now declare this ceremony concluded. May I invite all present to join us for a cold drink in the marquee adjoining the Great Hall. The University Union also invites you to make your way afterwards to the Shortland Union building where Devonshire teas will be served. You will also be able to order photographs, have your testamers framed and view a range of university memorabilia for sale. Ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to seeing you in the courtyard.